Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rachel of Gathered Plans. I hope you're all doing well and wonderful. I have my Black Lives Matter Planner Challenge spread using this monochrome forest kit by Jax and Pepper. Recently, Lena gave me a code to share with you all. It's Rachel15 for 15% off. And you guys hear me all the time saying how much I love her kits and her style. She ships really fast and she's got amazing quality for the price as well. So highly recommend checking her out if you're interested. So I'm going to go ahead and play some music and hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, please do not forget to like and subscribe.
People kill, people die, and children hurt, and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. 'Cause people got me questioning, where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. I think the whole world addicted to the drama, only attracted to think that will bring you drama.
For this challenge, we're supposed to be pulling in black and white, and this was the only kit that I had that was pretty close, so it still has some navy blue and grays, but I think it turned out okay. We're also supposed to be including uplifting quotes by inspiring black leaders, so I went ahead and chose this one from Ida B. Wells Barnett. The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. I absolutely love this quote. I think it is incredibly relevant, especially with everything going on in the world today. And so if you don't know who Ida B. Wells is, she's an American investigative journalist, educator, and an early leader in the civil rights movement. She was one of the founders of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP, and she's just a badass. Like, if I could be half of the woman that she was, I would be perfectly set. She is amazing, and she just fought for people of color and her family and for herself, and she spoke up. She was also an amazing writer, and I actually learned a lot more about her when I was listening to My Favorite Murder, which you guys know I love true crime, and Georgia actually covered her because they were talking a lot about, all the crimes and lynchings that were going on back in the day, and it was very relevant to true crime, but also very relevant due to all of the, protests and Black Lives Matter movement things going on right now. All right, guys, please, I apologize. I am struggling to do this voiceover just because I'm so nervous. I don't want to mess up, but I just feel like it's so necessary, So another fun fact that I learned of Ida is when she got married, so she left the South and went up to Chicago, I believe, and I think this is where she met her husband, Ferdinand. She actually hyphenated her last name, and I'm sure you know that back in the day, it was not very common for women to hyphenate their last names, but he was incredibly supportive of her, and what a good man, because she was already very well known as a journalist, and he just let her hyphenate her last name. And I think that's super awesome. So other things that I was learning from the podcast and just in general from some research is after she fled the South and she went up to Chicago, as a journalist, she was super surprised as to what she was reading in the news. It's like people in the North were so misinformed of what was going on in the South, very similar to what's going on in social media and just social media in general, I guess, in the news. Is that they just weren't familiar with what was going on in the South. They just believed what they read and believed that that black people were criminals and that's what was in the news, but that's not true at all, which is just such a tragic, awful thing, especially these mobs that would lynch black people was awful. So I remembered one story where there was this teenage boy, he was at a bank, and they said that they found him or saw him touching a white teller, like touched her hand or like tried to kiss her. And basically that same day, this group of white guys just, jumped him and lynched him, and he died. Like, there was no freaking need for that. It's so frustrating, but this was so common back in the day where if a black man just looked at a white woman the wrong way or just looked at her or flirted with her, that was basically an invite to get lynched. And it's stupid, because I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about how, lynchings back then it's not really any different to the quote unquote lynchings going on right now, like what we're seeing in the news and all of these people of color getting killed by the police. Like, it's really not that much different. It's still going on. It's still very relevant in today's society, which is a shame. And I just really hope and have faith that there's gonna be a brighter future. I just pray and hope, because it's sad. I'm so heartbroken. My heart is heavy. It's hard to have these conversations. It's uncomfortable. It's challenging, but it's also so powerful and so necessary. And I mean, I just hope that we all as a society just continue to have these conversations and educate ourselves, because that's something we can control. You know what I mean? Is just continue to be allies and supportive and understanding and listen. That's one thing that I want to do more, is to just like educate myself, of course, sit back and listen. And of course, just support and love on my friends that are of color. And I've had conversations with them, and I remind them as much as possible that I love them. And they're amazing freaking people. Like, it just sucks, because this shouldn't even be a problem, But anyways, I'm kind of going on a tangent here. So pretty much, I love Ida B. Wells. I think she's amazing. There are so many other people of color that I want to, learn about. And I was actually telling my fiance about this. I think this would actually be kind of cool. Is I came up with this idea that we both should just look up someone in history, whether it be someone from Europe, from Asia, but specifically right now, probably people of color, and look up these leaders and just kind of learn about them. And like every month, sit down like at a date night and just teach each other what we learned from our research. And I think this is a really great way, because my fiance loves history. He's probably going to school the crap out of me. I'm probably going to be plagiarizing and just reading off of the resource, not going to lie. But he's probably going to be super amazing at it. And I think it's kind of cool, because we both will learn a lot. And he loves history, like I said. So I think it's kind of a different take on like a date night. And especially since we can't go out very much, I think this will be kind of cool to do. And it's kind of perfect to just educate each other and make it like fun and informative and awesome. All right, so since you guys really enjoyed when I answered questions in my last video, and thank you so much for the amazing feedback, I was not expecting that. I showcase my personality a lot more, which I'm always reluctant to do, because I get really nervous that I might say the wrong thing or I might offend someone. It's just kind of scary putting yourself out there on the internet. But forget it. I'm just going to do it. I think it's been fun. You guys have been really enjoying it, and I appreciate all of the love and supportive feedback. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up some questions on my random question generator I found on Google. Yay for Google. Literally, yay Google, because you save me for everything. But we're going to go ahead and do some questions for the rest of this plan with me. This first question is, in your group of friends, what role do you play? So I'm definitely the mama. All of my friends say this, because I'm just naturally a caretaker and very nurturing, and I'm always just doing stuff for people. Like, prime example, a couple of months ago, or a couple of weeks ago, one of my friends, she's a mom, she has a 2-year-old, her husband works, and basically I could tell she was stressed out. So I was like, I'm gonna come help you clean your house. Like, I knew she was, gonna go and clean, because she said her house was a mess and blah, blah, blah. And so I basically was like, I was like, hey, you want me to just come over and help you clean? And she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, like, why not? So I just went to her house and helped her clean. And I just feel like something that simple, so it wasn't just so much and so taxing. Because trust me, I hear you guys, I've actually learned a lot about like what's called the second shift, is when moms go to work and they come home and they take care of their kids and clean and their family. Like, it's a whole thing. So I completely understand, but it comes from like growing up. If you were ever raised in a Filipino household or an Asian Pacific Islander household, or any household, girl, I don't know, I'm sorry. But basically, my mom, she was just that kind of person. When we went to someone's house, like for a party or a dinner or whatever, she'd be like, Rach, go help and do the dishes. And I'm like, what? My little teenage self was like, but why? Like, we're a guest. If you guys could see my face right now. And she was just like, yeah, but go help. Like, go, it's a gesture. Like, they're welcoming us into their home. Like, this is the least we can do is help out. And a lot of the hosts would be like, no, 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 don't worry about it. But I was like, I can't. Like, my mom told me I gotta do it, so I gotta do it. Like, there's no, she's a Filipino mom. Like, there's no going around this. And so basically, I actually didn't appreciate that growing up, but now as an adult, like, I totally get it. And it is a really great gesture, and I know they appreciate it, and it just shows kind of like how you're raised and like your manners, and just I think it's awesome. So I've actually learned to do that, and I naturally just do it on my own now as an adult. I just kind of help myself to clean and to help when I can. And I definitely will try to also raise my children that same way, because I think it's definitely such a great thing to have, and just manners, just helping out when you can and just being a kind human. So I don't think I have time for another question, but I do want to thank you guys for watching this video. This was such a hard topic for me to talk about, and I always just get really worried that I'm going to say the wrong thing. So I hope I did a good job, and I hope that you enjoyed this. But this pretty much wraps up my plan with me. I'm going to go ahead and show you the leftover stickers soon and do a Viv wiggle. And if you have any questions as to where the stickers are from, as always, just comment below and I'll be happy to answer. I want to thank Queen's Fancy Plans and Katie Did Plans on Instagram for hosting this planner challenge. I think it was amazing, very educational, and just so necessary, and I was so happy to be a part of it. So I'm going to be donating all my funds for the month of June to the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as the George Floyd Memorial Fund. So basically the way YouTube works is you have to hit $100 before you actually earn something. So if I don't earn that much by June, I'm going to go ahead and just keep waiting till I get that, maybe through July as well, to donate it, and I'm just going to split it in half. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you watching my videos, because in turn you're also helping me to donate, and it does go full circle. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.